And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Comic Nation podcast. Welcome. I am your host, I am Curtis, and of course, right across from me is obviously the co-host. It's Luca. How's things?
I'm well. It's good to see you, Curtis. I'm very happy because I got to hit the record button today.
See, it became part of the show, really. I like that you started, you were like this away for your mic. You need to talk into the mic. That's the whole point of the mic.
Listeners.
Sorry there. We will get the hang of this, hopefully, one day, maybe in the year 2025, if Luca ever decides that he knows what he's doing. But yeah, listen, welcome back. We're getting better at this. We're getting better at doing kind of podcasts kind of throughout the kind of multiple times here. Or like in succession, should we say? Because we seem 2
months between podcasts anymore.
Not even a year.
Exactly.
I think the last time we did it was a year's break of the podcast, which is absolutely terrible. Just to kind of start us off, we do have a kind of mixed podcast of certain things that we're going to be discussing here. But yes, just a wee touch on where we're at with the kind of things. How's things been going? Anything new?
No, everything's good. Well, we're about to talk about a certain anime film, but while on the topic, I've been reading this thing called Chainsaw Man, which is very funny, and it's a manga, and it's also an anime, but it's also like cool. And this guy turns into chainsaws and kills people, and it's very cool. And he's like a typical relatable guy, and he likes women a lot, and so it's very cool.
So cool. I can relate to myself. I just don't have a chainsaw head.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. Good point. It comes to his arms as well.
Oh, it comes out his arms as well?
He's technically 3 chainsaws, if you think about it.
And how many? So what's... Obviously, I know a touch of Chainsaw Man. I know of it and things like that. But where are we in the manga, the series at the minute? Where are we?
Well...
Not you personally, because obviously it sounds like you've just started reading it. But you've watched the manga?
I've used the anime. I've watched the
anime. Sorry, you watched the anime, sorry.
And I've been reading the manga, and I'm into the 4th volume, so I'm just starting out, but it's good,
Yeah, I know, but where is the manga? Or the manga or the anime at the minute? Is it had 1 season? Is it 2 seasons?
It's had 1 season, which is 12 episodes long.
Alright, so there you go. This is quite a relatively short kind of anime series for any of those that are maybe looking to get into it.
I ain't finished.
I've heard it's good. I've heard it's really good. I've seen a lot of people like talk about it online and things like that. It seems to be doing really well. Has it been cancelled?
No, I hope not. But
I thought it was cancelled. I thought that was the whole point. There was a whole big outlash or out thingy, whatever it was.
I thought it was weird and just ended so abruptly. Because I was waiting because I get it was a 12 episode, right? But I didn't really feel like an ending to it because I was like ended the first season because I was watching it. I thought, next week's episode's gonna be like well good, and then it never came.
That's weird. That's really weird.
That is weird.
Maybe there's an explanation for that and as such to say as to why it hasn't. I've not looked it up. Say it's not really something. I'm a big fan of One Piece. I haven't watched obviously the full manga. I'm pretty much at the start. I've been reading the manga. Sorry, I keep getting these mixed up. Yeah. I've been reading the manga. I've got a good few volumes under my belt. I think I'm coming up in volume 20. But I'm really behind on the actual anime. Yeah. The anime is so long. Honestly, the books are so much better because they just get it done over and done with quickly. Yeah. But the manga itself, it's the anime. Sorry, oh my word! I think they're on like I don't know how many seasons. Maybe season 10, maybe even longer than that.
Like season 26.
I was going to say I think there may be more than that. It's kind of like The Simpsons, but.
Simpsons the one never ending.
Kind of anime sort of style, but yes, it's never ending. There's been a good few movies out though as well. I recently had a movie kind of a few months ago as such, but I've not seen it. My plan is when I hopefully get a bit of free time, which is never, because I work literally 7 days a week. Yeah. So I would imagine that maybe when I'm like 90, I might just be finishing season 1. Maybe something like that. But listen, it's one of those things here. Have I been watching anything recent? No, I don't think so. I did, however, I won't touch on it in the podcast because obviously the film isn't out yet. I was obviously mentioning to you off podcast that last night I went to, now for those who don't know, big massive Cineworld fan, got my Cineworld card, had it since 2015 I believe, so pretty much longer than my relationship with Rebecca. So I've had that longer than I've known Rebecca or been with Rebecca as such, my beautiful fiance. But yes, went last night. Secret screening, which is one of the things that I love that they do. They do unlimited screenings and then they do secret screenings, so you don't actually know what you're showing up to see. And last night it was, so they did all the trailers. So the first one was Shazam. So I was like, it's not Shazam then. Then the second one after that was, what was it? It was that Rye Lane. It's the kind of BBC style one. I don't really know how to explain it as such. It's like two people basically. She's trying to help him. He's just got over a breakup. Blah 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 blah. It's not a comic book or anything like that, so you don't need to worry if you're not into that kind of stuff.
It's not a comic book film.
I know. Listen, we like talking about films that aren't comic book films as well. I know the name is Comic Nation Podcast, but the Comic Nation Podcast actually started. I don't think we've ever addressed this. It's because back during lockdown, I actually started up my own business of selling collectibles, and that's where it came from. Wanted it to grow into a business of comic books and things like that. Just never really took off. I think the world got back to a wee bit of normality, work and things like that related. Never really kicked off, but maybe one day in the future I'd like to go back to that. But Comic Nation podcast obviously came from this, to have something on the side of selling things that we could have a wee bit of a different kind of content and things like that. But it's grew arms and legs, and we quite enjoy doing it, to be fair. It's good for us to kind of catch up and talk about a load of absolute nonsense.
Well, I'm held in your basement until I'm time to come out to do a podcast.
You're not meant to say that on the podcast, Luca.
No, I'm sorry.
That's it. No supper for you. No. That's it. You've just done yourself a meal. Silly boy. But yes, the podcasting obviously grew arms and legs, and we've, as I say, we invested in a lot of different things. We've got the lights, we've got the roadcaster, we've got the proper mics now and stuff. We're not doing it over Zoom as such, which isn't a bad thing. I still enjoy my Zoom podcast, but this is a good chance for us to see each other in person, because I work, you're in school, blah blah blah, all that kind of things. But so last night, secret screening, Cineworld, and ran through all the trailers, but the one trailer that was missed, apart from Super Mario, that wasn't on the trailer, which I thought was really weird. So I thought this could potentially be Super Mario.
I would have been raging if you saw that.
I said in the cinema, I went, if this is Super Mario, I said, Luca is going to lose his shit. I said, he's going to lose it. I said, he will not be happy if it's Super Mario. I thought I couldn't do that. If it was Super Mario, don't get me wrong, I wouldn't have walked out or anything like that, because why should I? Why should I have given up?
Well, I should have came as well for Super Mario.
But I didn't know. You didn't know. You genuinely didn't know what it was going to be until you actually go. The one trailer that was missed, Dungeons and Dragons, and that was the movie, Dungeons and Dragons. So the new Chris Pine movie, things like that. You've probably seen it advertised. Dungeons and Dragons. Obviously, I feel like it's kind of. Sorry. There you go. You know this is live because I've just sneezed.
Yeah.
So it's kind of built itself up from like Stranger Things. I feel like it's became quite more popular and things like that. Like not that it wasn't a well-known game. You know what I mean? I think it's one of the biggest board games
of all time.
I mean, even when we were like, I was picking Luca up there, and my dad was telling me that he played it when he was in school and things like that.
What a nerd!
What a nerd! Which I would have never have thought in a million years.
Yeah.
But listen, it's just one of those things. But yeah, he was telling us that the movie itself was really, really good. Really good.
Was it funny? Like, was it?
It had its moments. The casting was absolutely amazing. Obviously, Chris Pine being one, he was great in the movie. You had Hugh Grant as well, who seems to be kind of handpicking selections at the minute with different projects. He doesn't really seem to be doing like consistently movies like maybe he did once upon a time, but he was brilliant in it. He was like the con man basically of the team. I would say that the trailer is very deceiving to what the movie actually is. Yes, so obviously the whole thing about them stealing something, like they mentioned in the trailer, they steal something, they've got to do it all back. Maybe it's very loosely. I won't ruin it from there, because there's a lot of good things that happen in it. The casting's great as well. I don't know the guy that's in Bridgerton. I can't remember his name off the top of my head. You probably have no idea who I'm talking about. He's like the knight basically.
I don't watch Bridgerton.
No, I'm not in Bridgerton. I'm talking about in Dungeons and Dragons. He's in the trailer. He's like the kind of knight, the hero kind of thing. Yeah. You see him in the trailer and he's like stabbing the dragon or whatever it looks to be. But yeah, he's in that movie there. Apologies. I've got a bit of napkin here from my cup because I can't find my bloody my coasters. I don't know what it is. I've got a brown Iron Man and a Thanos one. Can't find them anywhere. No idea. But yeah, that movie, absolutely brilliant. And I think that was out at the end of April, possibly.
Actually,
I think so. I'm so sure that it's out at the end of April. Dungeons and Dragons. Let's see, 'cause Honor Among Thieves as well. So let's see, Dragons. No, actually. It's out the end of this month.
Is it?
Yeah. Rotten Tomatoes has gave it 100%.
Wait, the critic score?
Metacritic gave it 83%.
Right,
It just says Rotten Tomatoes. Well, there you go. Sorry, I've clicked on it. So Tomato Meter is 92%. So they've not done an audience score yet because obviously it's not been released. So I feel very lucky and fortunate that I've managed to see it.
Yeah.
But there you go. So the real reason that we are here for the podcast today, folks, is to discuss a couple of projects and things that have been released recently. One of them being the new Demon Slayer movie. Yeah. I'm going to put movie in.
Cool.
We're going to loosely say it was a movie because it really wasn't a movie. And the Mandalorian as well. We've had the first 2 episodes. That we are massive fans of the Mandalorian. Mandalorian's my favourite Star Wars character. And then obviously Kenobi and things like that. Be interesting to see who I know you said last time yours was Ashoka.
It still is.
Is it still Ashoka? I love sorry, Ahsoka. I love Ahsoka. Sorry, my bad. I'm thinking of the restaurant that used to be in Paisley, but that's just me. And we're about a month away from Star Wars celebrations.
Are we?
Yep. So we will be at roundabout. We'll be today. So say the month today, we'll have finished Star Wars celebrations because we're only doing a day. But then today we will be visiting Stamford Bridge.
Oh yeah,
Chelsea's home stadium. Yep, massive Chelsea fans here, so we'll be visiting the stadium, and then we'll be on a wee flight back. But yep, that's us for that. So we'll start off even discussing Demon Slayer. So Demon Slayer, for those that don't know, is an anime. I think it was released firstly on Netflix. Well, we kind of watched it on Netflix.
You watched it on Netflix, when it came out.
That was the dub version. That wasn't the.
No, I did it.
Or did it have both? Yeah. So you had sub and dub there, but you can find it on Crunchyroll and things like that, so you can get the full season and the Mugen Train arc and things like that. You can get all that kind of things. But basically, it's about a guy called Tanjiro. Lives in a wee small village and things like that. This is the kind of time where demons are running rife and things like that. So demons. It's very loosely demons and things like that because it's basically they kind of come out at all sort of times, but they can't be out during the sun. Is that right?
They can't be out during the sun.
They can't be out during the sun, and the only way to kill them is basically to cut their head off. That's just
with a certain type of sword.
With a certain type of sword, yes. And do you want to tell everybody what that sword is?
A Nichiren sword.
There you go. Look at it as the absolute master of knowing every detail. I think you've read every single one of the manga.
I have all the volumes, and I have the spin-off volumes as well. I have all of them. I have a nice setup, and you haven't seen it yet, but I changed my whole rooms. Like the pop figures that are on, like when you come in like the door to the right, and they're on like the thing.
The
ones on the ground,
kind of bookshelfy type thing.
I took that out.
Right. Okay.
All of them are out. It's just my books in there now.
So what are you doing with the pops? You getting rid of them, or you keep them?
But they're under my bed right now.
Under your bed, so you're getting rid of them at some point then.
Yeah.
Look, it has a very impressive manga collection, I must say. Mine looks very pitiful. I've got some Dragon Ball Super, and I've got some, what's it called? One Piece books.
One Piece, yeah.
And I don't have the room for it. I think very luckily enough does.
Should I list all the manga I have?
Go on, while we're here, go on.
I have all the JoJo's ones, right? They're out right now.
So that's JoJo's Bizarre Adventure?
Yeah, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I have Berserk, Haiku, obviously Demon Slayer. I even got a Legend of Zelda one because for like the Majora's Mask, because it's my favorite game of all time, and I saw the other manga of it. That's like my 2 favorite things. I might not get it. And I have Bleach. What else do I have? I have obviously Dragon Ball, Attack on Titan, Demon Slayer, and there's another one. Oh, what is it? There's another one. It's annoying me. Oh, Chainsaw Man.
I was going to say, did you say Chainsaw Man? At the back of my head, I was like, did you say Chainsaw Man? We were just talking about it right at the start.
Chainsaw Man.
But yeah, so look, it has a very impressive. Don't get me wrong, there's people out there that have got every manga in existence. I mean, you go to Waterstones, and that's what some people's houses look like. But rather than Waterstones only having like 1 or 2 volumes, they've got them all. Very hard to find at the minute as well, and to get them in stock, I would say. We were trying so hard to get it was Luca's birthday recently. Happy birthday.
No, thank you.
I think we addressed that in an episode, I'm not sure. But yes, it was Luca's birthday, so... and we were trying so hard to get a manga, the volume 1 of Blue Lock. Blue Lock, for those that don't know, is like this kind of football anime. I think we've discussed it previously, but for those that are maybe first time listening, it was like the first kind of. It's a thing that basically like the Japanese soccer team.
Like the under 18s something. I think they are.
I would say something like that. Something.
Jeez
It
Louise,
sounds like
man.
there's a ghost. I don't know if that picked up on the thing there, but yeah, that's one of those things. I've got a slow cooker running in a minute. We're actually filming this in a different location because I'm trying to set all this up because I've got a special thing coming very, very soon that I'll have hopefully a couple of things to release in the future.
I was wondering why it's just set up here weird. I mean, you won't be able to see it, but like it's so weird.
We're set this up in the living room basically today rather than the kind of box room that we're usually in where I have like my PC and things like that. That's like my man cave or my gaming room. But I thought, listen, I was like, I want some more room for us that we can chill out. Because usually we're like this and we're stuff like we can actually put our hands on a table, which is what will hopefully be coming very, very soon. But yeah, keep your eyes peeled. I'm just going to say that out there. So yeah, keep. I'm not going to ruin a surprise or anything because I still need to do a couple of bits and bobs. But yes, keep an eye out on the Combination page, Combination Podcast page.
Combination Podcast
and
page.
you may see some updates. But back to Demon Slayer now. We always seem to do this. We seem to always get off track.
Exactly.
But Demon Slayer. So it was the brand new movie. That they released. Pretty much it was a recap of the last 2 episodes of the season 2, the Entertainment District arc, and then we got a new episode for the new season, which is just about to kick off.
The Swordsmith Village arc.
There you go. Which looks like it's going to be. I mean, it was promising that episode. Tanjiro, obviously, for those that are maybe are Demon Slayer fans and don't know, he usually has 2 swordsmen with him at all kind of times. Well, 2 his friends, whatever, Inosuke and Zenitsu, who have been sent off in different missions. So we don't think that we'll be seeing them. Maybe
we won't be seeing them.
Right, maybe not like together, but maybe. Do you think maybe a wee cutscene or 2, maybe to the?
Sometimes they do add stuff that isn't in the manga.
Right. Okay.
But it's unlikely. But they might.
Don't know. We'll see what happens. I would be very. They 3 together are great. They were really, really good, and obviously started the journey together, and now they're kind of being separated. For those that don't know what happens at the end of season 2, spoiler alert, basically this whole big explosion after they've chopped the head off the 2 demons that are interlinked with each other, like as if one of the heads gets chopped off, because that's, as I say, the way to kill the demons. If one of the heads gets chopped off, but the other one hasn't had its head chopped off, then they stay alive.
Yeah.
And obviously, but demons can regrow like their bodies and things like that.
Regeneration
And stuff like that. It's crazy. And they've all got different abilities and things like that. Well, certain demons, and they've got the leader of the demons, Muzan.
Michael Jackson.
He looks like Michael Jackson. Not even joking. It literally is. They've totally based it on Michael Jackson, which is hilarious nonetheless. But yeah, Michael Jackson, Muzan Kibichi.
I mean, I can't pronounce his name.
Neither can I probably just murdered it, and if there is any fans out there that are laughing their head off, then we apologise. But Michael Jackson, just get that in your brain with the whole fedora. And
for the rest of this podcast, we're just going to call Michael Jackson.
Yeah, we'll call him MJ. But basically, he has certain demons, so he's got an upper 6 and a lower 6, so kind of 12
Kizuki.
12 Kizuki. So that's the demons there. So that's like the top dogs basically. But as you start to get up to the upper demons, they become crazier and crazier, and just like their abilities and how they are, they're scary. Like they are the scary ones, definitely.
And obviously, this goes out saying Muzan is well above all the demons as well. In terms of power.
If he wants to smoke them, then he will definitely. He will smoke them asses.
He could go against all the demons at once, and like when you break a sweat, man.
Yeah. And they're all fear of him as well, which is they're terrified. Like the demons are bear in mind that the demons are terrifying themselves, but they are terrified of Muzan, Michael Jackson.
See, it might not be the best well written one, but my word, is he? Well, when you see him, he's like, damn, he's intense, he's intimidating.
Oh yeah, he's got the whole persona. Bear in mind it's still an anime, but he's got a whole persona. You got a glimpse of him in about the kind of public because he's very deceiving how he is, and I think unless like Tanjiro has a special ability that he can smell blood.
No, it just has really good smell.
He's got a good scent. But I would say that's a good ability.
Oh no, it is.
You know what I mean? He can smell the blood of demons and things like that, and he's very good at picking them out. And he picked them out of a crowd like that as well. So it's obviously building up that eventually it's going to get to the point where Tanjiro's obviously going to fight Muzan at some point when they decide to finish the series or do a film to finish off. But there was a lot of backlash with this movie.
Obviously, there
movie.
was.
That's why I'm doing this.
It was a cash grab.
It was a cash grab. It was a certain thing. But listen, I've got no problem with companies doing that as long as they're honest with it.
Yeah.
I think if they didn't play the episode, so this was the bother that we had as well. So the very start of season 2 is pretty much a recap of the movie, the Mugen Train.
Yeah.
Is that how you pronounce that? Mugen Train. Mugen Train. So that is it's like, rather than it being in the movie form where you get the hour or hour and a half long, whatever it is, it's split over 30-minute episodes. So it's like they've just done it again, and they've totally, like, I can understand fans getting annoyed by that. Like, you want something new.
Because I thought it was the new season, and then we sat down and you said, I think this is just a recap of the last 2 episodes and like a new episode.
It's just because I'd seen so much backlash on like Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, things like creators basically saying like it's literally just a recap. Now, I feel like they came out and did say that it was a recap, but I don't remember it because it's so weird. Like, they don't even start, like, they start the movie off by kind of telling you how things have gone and like how they've got up to, like, they basically have like the intro track, the Lisa's, it
has all the openings.
That's
as well.
it. That's right. So I had all the openings, which is brilliant. The music is absolutely amazing in it. And it does this whole thing where it recaps pretty much everything. Like, you don't really need to go into major detail about the whole thing. Like, it kind of does it for you, but then it takes you up to basically the last 2 episodes. But rather than it running smoothly like like a movie, it literally is episodes. After every certain bit, they had credits and then ran it again. So I'm like, why would you not have just put that together?
Exactly. Why would you not just make like a, I forget what you call that, but like when they... But it was the same with Infinity War where they just cut the credits and then just kept playing it.
Like like there's thing with it.
They like together.
Would you call it an omnibus? Omnibus?
I think so.
Is that the word that I would say maybe is? And it was so bizarre. I'm like, you didn't need to do the credits for literally. I'm not joking. They did it for every single. So the first episode, credits. Second episode, credits. Third episode, credits. So now we know what the first episode is going to be. Well, hopefully that they don't do what they did the film for this season.
Yeah.
I think they will.
I think they will.
I think they will as well.
I think they will.
Because basically with an anime, they're trying to stretch it out between 24 to 26 episodes.
Yeah.
That's why I'm surprised that Chainsaw Man only having 12. Because I would imagine that would be quite a popular type thing. I mean, it is popular. It seems to be popular, but listen, I've got all hopes for the new season of Demon Slayer. I really do hope that it kicks off really well, and it is good. It's probably the first one that I got into watching, because you'd mentioned it a couple of times.
Because I want to see the film. Right. No. So Jujutsu Kaisen. I want to see the film.
Jujutsu Kaisen. That's meant to be coming out very soon as well.
Is it? I can't wait for that.
That's meant to be coming out very, very soon. Maybe I'm talking rubbish. Maybe it's more towards the end of the year. But Demon Slayer, I think that's been given a date of the 29th of April, I think, if I'm right for April. That. So that should be coming very, very, very soon. Because these days are just flying in now, rapid. So you know what it's like. But before we know it, it's bloody December again.
Exactly.
And then we're back to January. But yeah, it's coming out very, very soon. So yeah, Demon Slayer fans, it is a recap. If you want to go watch it, be your guest. I don't think you're really missing much. The good thing was we've got stickers. We've got stickers.
I don't even know how to unpeel it. Mine's won't unpeel, like to be able to stick it.
I had to get Rebecca to unpeel mine, I'm not gonna lie.
I need to Rebecca
I've actually, so I've got, I don't know why, but I've got a pure abundance of stickers and certain things. I don't know if we've just picked them up at like local Comic Cons, or
I think so.
See, like when I've ordered things, it's came with boxes and things. And I'm not just talking like geeky stuff, I'm talking like, I've got like an Apple one, I've got a Beats one, I've got all this other stuff. So I was like, what do you actually do with stickers these days? I was like, where do you put them? Like, where do they go? Do you just have a collection of them? But I was like, nah, I don't really have that. So now I've bought for my MacBook, I've bought a clear casing, and I've stuck all them on. So I've got Tanjiro on my thing, because I got a belter. It was Tanjiro's face, kind of halved, but it's got like his mask and things like that as well. Which I've got tattooed on my arm.
Oh yeah.
I haven't showed off my tattoos yet. I'm very tattooed in the arms section, just only my arms. I've only got tattoos on my arms, but I'm pretty much covered my arms now. So getting it finished off this Saturday, hopefully. It's been delayed a couple of times, but by my fault the first time, and then other things happened. But yeah, hopefully I should be getting my tattoo finished this Saturday. I'm looking forward to that. But next that we were kind of looking to discuss was the Mandalorian. Mandalorian is back.
Yes, it is back.
The Jam's back.
Exactly.
He's back.
The goat is back.
He's back. Especially with the second goat, Grogu.
Yeah, exactly.
Who looks like he's done a wee bit of growing up. Well, in some bits, and in some bits not. Because the first episode basically is not really a recap. It does kind of just jump straight into things. This season is all going to be about him.
Slayer.
Yeah, exactly. This season is going to all be about him going back to like Mandalore and things like that, and you know what I mean, trying to
find all the Mandalorians.
We'll find the Mandalorians as well, but because he's taking there's a strict rule about taking your helmet off and things like that he has to now redeem himself or such, or to like basically get the okay that he can get back to Mandalore, because he's pretty much been shunned out by the others at the moment. But listen, he's my goat. He's my goat. It started off really well, the series as well. We get Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan, yeah.
So she's back in it as well, and she played a big part in the second episode.
Yeah,
she's brilliant. I didn't realise how much the fans loved her.
Oh, she's in what, Clone Wars and Rebels.
So, she's the voice. She's the voice of the one in Clone Wars and Rebels.
Yeah, exactly.
And
she's
then
made for it.
And I was watching like a reel or a TikTok or something like that, and it was her discussing it, and basically they were talking about one of the producers, I don't know whose name or whatever, basically said to her, it was like, listen, if this works out, it says one day I could see this becoming live action. And I don't think she'd really seen anything of it. I don't think she was like meh. And it wasn't until she turned up for the Mandalorian that it all kicked off for her, and she was like, I can't believe that this is
real,
because very rarely do we get a voice actor becoming the live action character.
Because like Kevin Conroy never played Batman in a real film.
Exactly. Rest in peace, Kevin Conroy as well. That's a major loss to the Batman. To any voice things and things like that as well. So
we lost Batman and the Green Ranger in the same week.
Oh, how crazy is that?
Jamie Oliver. I forget. I can't remember.
Jamie Oliver.
Yeah, that's what they call
Jason David Frank. That's his name, is it not?
Wait, his name is Jason.
I'm so sure it is.
Like the Red Ranger.
Maybe it's David Jason Frank. It's one of those ones. My apologies. We know him as the Green Ranger. I grew up with him.
We lost two goats in one week.
Yeah, I was right. Jason David Frank.
So he's literally the Red Ranger then?
Well, he is the Red Ranger in some of them.
Oh, well, was it... No, Zeo. He's the Red Ranger.
There's a whole big thing. Because, listen, that's how did we go from that to this?
Mandalorian to Power.
This is what I love about the podcast, is that we talk some amount of rubbish and then we just totally go off track as well. But listen, we'll always bring it back. Mandalorian, the first episode was okay. It was a good kind of start episode and things like that, and kind of explained as to what he's got to do, where he's going to go and things like that. But we actually get the second episode, which was a lot more, I would say, in it as such. Like, you know what I mean? He goes to Mandalore, which is like a total...
a wasteland compared to what we saw in like Clone Wars and that.
Would you call Ground Zero or something like that? It's so weird. Exactly. It's so eerie, and basically he's got to take a droid because he's got a wee side thing where he's trying to get IG-11 back to normal, but IG-11's no cooperating as such. He's going back to his original settings as such, but which is a shame because I did like IG-11, but God knows, he might come back, never know.
He might.
But he gets this wee droid and he has to go and like basically test it the air to make sure, because it's basically like it's kind of like Chernobyl, kind of that idea that where the explosion happens, that you kind of obviously breathe in the air and things like that. So he's having to get this wee droid to test it the air, and then he ends up getting captured, and he ends up going to find the droid, and then these kind of weird, I don't know, mal type creatures appear. They're like human legs with like I don't know, like a
kind of like General Grievous, but more weird.
Yes, it's really weird. They look like a kind of custom type thing. I don't know what kind of creatures they are or what type of things they are within.
I don't know if they're living or like if they're machine or organic. You know what I mean?
It looks that is the thing. So they look organic. I think they look like living things.
Yeah.
Whereas the next bit where he gets trapped in that kind of cage, that's obviously a mechanical type thing. That's like a General Grievous type droid kind of type thing. It'd be interesting to see that, but I think that gets killed.
Yeah, it does. Yeah,
because Bo-Katan obviously saves Thingway. Big massive part in this was obviously a lot to do with Grogu.
Yeah,
we get to see him doing his Jedi thing. One bit that we absolutely gutted ourselves laughing at was the bit where Grogu, I think, jumps out of his thing, or he jumps out. He jumps into or out of something.
Yeah, he jumps into,
and he does this weird like Jedi flip.
Yeah,
I'm like, that is the he in the space of that episode, he's done more Jedi things than I have actually seen actual Jedis doing in the past few episodes and stuff like that. Apart from that, what was the one with Luke Skywalker when he's like the Force ghost? Was that the second one of the?
No, the Last Jedi.
Was that the Last Jedi where he does that whole thing and then obviously he's like pure like sliding about the place and doing all that with his lightsaber. Well, he doesn't even use his lightsaber. He's just kind of dodging all of Kylo Ren's attacks and things.
Yeah,
because he's a Force ghost at the end of the day. So yes, rest in peace, Luke Skywalker.
Rest in peace, Luke Hamill.
Luke Hamill.
Is that no his name?
No, Mark Hamill.
Oh, Mark Hamill. Sorry,
this is the guy that's going to Star Wars Celebration in about a month's time. That's absolutely amazing. Luke Hamill. Yeah. Listen, he might accept that. To be fair,
you never, the name.
You never know. But it looks like we're due for a good season in The Mandalorian. I have missed it. I really love The Mandalorian. As I say, he's my favourite character in Star Wars. I say Obi-Wan close second. I grew up with Obi. I quite enjoyed the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. I felt like there could have been more in it. I felt like it was very basic. I felt like they were being dead safe with it. I don't know.
You should have just went out.
I think I seen there's a whole big thing to do with like, say, like all the exec people and stuff like that. Like I was reading a story that Jon Favreau had a big massive bust up with like the woman who's maybe in charge of Lucasfilms and things like that. I think it's Lucasfilms. Like he had a massive bust up with her, and he pretty much threatened them that like it's either him or her. Like I'm not be making any of the stuff if I don't. I think what was happening was they were butting in and trying to change things or doing things underneath him to like, you know, come on, Jon Favreau. I mean the man's CV. I'm like, let that man, exactly, let him cook.
Exactly.
He will do no wrong. I mean, any film that he's done so far, I wouldn't say it's been a bad film. I mean, the guy directed Elf. I mean, come on.
He directed Elf.
He's
the greatest.
Did you ever think like you would be loving a film about Elf? It seems like it's going off its trolley at the minute.
The ghost is back. The ghost
is back. Obviously, he's a massive fan of Jon Favreau or this woman from Disney. Who knows? Or George Lucasfilm. Sorry, don't want to say Disney, just in case. But yes, it looks like we're in good hands for the rest of the thing. Shazam comes out. So we're actually recording this Sunday. What day is it? Look, come on, 12th of March.
It's the 12th of March.
So Shazam comes out in 5 days.
Does it?
March 17th. Yeah, Friday. Unfortunately, I won't be there because I will be at a concert. And then
whose concert?
I don't know if I should say. I don't want to get cancelled or anything like that, just in case. Well, I don't think he's really cancelled anymore. Seems like he's kind of back in the spotlight. It's Chris Brown.
I have no idea who that is.
You know, it's the guy that sings "Forever, Ever." It's like I've waited my whole life. No, all right, okay.
No.
Do you know the guy that beat up Rihanna?
No.
Do you even know who Rihanna is?
Yeah, she was in the Super Bowl and like she's pregnant and that.
I love how that's how you know Rihanna. That just shows your age. Come on, she did the Black Panthers.
Oh, you're right. She did
the theme song for the second one. She pretty much did that. So there was a whole story. We won't dig into it. That's not the type of podcast. But yeah, you can read up on that Chris Brown Rihanna. Okay.
Yeah, well.
I'm seeing him on Friday.
You're seeing just him.
I got that for Rebecca's Valentine's Day. So we're going. No, what? That's a lens cap.
I was wondering.
No, I'm talking about Chris Brown.
Oh, right.
It's so funny how easily distracted you get. That was just a lens. I'm just playing about with it.
We did it and you're like, this is what I got for Rebecca. I was like, the lens cap?
I treated her well. I got her a Sony lens cap. No, so we're seeing that. I'm actually at Frankie Boyle on Wednesday as well. You must know who Frankie Boyle is. The comedian. Oh, come on. If you've got some spare time, go to YouTube.
Frankie Boyle.
Frankie is Scottish. He's very inappropriate. Maybe you should watch him because of your age and stuff, but I'm not telling you not to, and I'm not telling you to, but hey, listen, Frankie Boyle, I'm going to see him Wednesday, so hopefully that'll be an absolute laugh, and I imagine it would be because I think he is hilarious regardless. Very inappropriate, as I say, and very to the bone with certain things. But yes, that is us for today's podcast. I don't believe we've got much more to talk about. As I say, a couple of releases coming in the next kind of week or so, Shazam being one of them, so we'll definitely do something of that. We will definitely do a Dungeons and Dragons once you're obviously caught up. It'll be good for me, because then I can say I've seen it a second time, so I can let you know whether I thought it was good or not. Anything else you want to bring up while you're here? I feel like I could see something itching in the back of your head there.
No, I was just saying. So I forgot to say when we're talking about the manga stuff, but it's like I'm a chapter a month, and I want to say it's the new part of JoJo's that just came out. So I want to say I've been here day one. So 10 years times when it finished, I want to say I've been there since day one.
There you go, day one JoJo fan right here.
Day one, part 9.
I tell you what, it doesn't matter what conversation, we could be talking about football, we could be talking about absolute nonsense. This guy constantly tells me to try and listen to this JoJo, to watch this JoJo's.
His peak.
Oh my God.
JoJo's peak adventure.
JoJo's peak adventure. I feel like you've got to have the dedication to watch that.
What do you mean dedication?
Listen, it is great, and it's really well
written,
and it's well received by fans all over the world. They seem to have put it in like the top 5 animes and things like that.
Top one. I have.
No, that's One Piece actually.
I counted this yesterday. I have 27 volumes of JoJo's. So
how much is a volume?
£16.
Oh my God. It's crazy, man.
That's so much money now I think about it.
It's
crazy.
Now
you put me in this perspective, that's so much money.
It is so much money. You better be grateful for those that are buying you them. You better say a big thank you to them right now.
Thank you, people watching this podcast.
They didn't buy it. I want you to say a big thank you to Mum and Dad.
Oh, thank you, Mum and Dad. I'm saying that like a robot, but genuinely. Thank you, Mum and Dad. What am I thanking them for? I spent my own damn money on that. You know what? I resend that that thank you.
You mean you rescind?
Sorry, I rescind the thank you.
I resent mine. I want to just apologise to absolutely no one. I can see you being that kind of guy. But yes, another episode done and dusted. Just want to say a big massive thank you for everybody that's been listening and giving us feedback and things like that, in particular that have sent kind of private messages that continue to watch us on YouTube or Spotify or Instagram. If you are on YouTube and you're watching this, please feel free to subscribe. It's totally free to do so, and it helps us out. We're also on TikTok as well, so if we can get 1,000 followers, I think you can go live. But I think we're a bit of a long way from there. So I will try and put all the links to our socials down below. But if you can listen, it's totally free to do so. You don't need to pay for this kind of stuff. And if you do happen to follow us and then you see something you don't like, you can flick by it. We don't care, as long as you leave a wee like. That helps us out as well. But just a massive thank you for everybody that has listened so far and continues to listen. So as I say, we've got big plans for the Comic Nation podcast. Hopefully we'll have a space that will just be continuously set up, so we're not changing. We're just trying different things, mainly for me, just trying different things. As I say, project coming in the very, very near future. But for now, I've been Curtis. Again, thank you so much for listening. Obviously, thanks very much, Luca, again.
Nice, thank you.
For joining me and putting up with me on a Sunday. I appreciate that. But yeah, thank you so much for listening, folks. Take care for now, and we'll see you again very, very soon.
Goodbye.
Cheers.